Good morning. It's Sunday, April 9th, and right now raging across the country is a battle over the abortion pill called Mifepristone. I hope I got that right. But in any event, a judge in Texas was seeked out because he was one of the few judges in this country that would issue the order to suspend the FDA's ruling with respect to this abortion pill. So we have a group of abortion deniers seeking out a judge who was extremely conservative, who was appointed by President Trump in 2017, and is the only judge that has any legal authority in the Amarillo, Texas area. It's a very, very strange setup. In any event, this judge challenged the FDA's decision on Mifepristone and has it targeted to be removed from the marketplace in 7 days. Gave you 7 days time for the FDA to provide an answer and prove that the drug was safe. Because he's claiming that the FDA has not done its job. Now, the FDA is one of the great organizations in this country. And in many cases, it takes a hell of a long time to approve any kind of medication. So to say that they didn't do their job with Mifepristone is a huge fallacy in my mind. And it's especially serious that we have anti-abortion groups that seek out individuals who don't know what they're doing to take action against legal abortion. And on top of that, we have a counter action by the Attorney General in the state of Washington, who has ordered the FDA, and I will say, to ignore the order from the judge in Texas. So we have two attorney generals in various states fighting the conflicting fight. Now, this fight is over abortion, but in my mind, there is a greater issue at stake because the FDA itself was challenged as being fallible, was challenged as being not up to the task that they are assigned to do. Now, the FDA provides one of the great safeties in this country. They monitor the actions of all medications that are prescribed to our citizens. They do extensive homework on all of these products before they can get onto the marketplace and be sold. So by attacking the FDA in the manner that the abortion people did, and in getting this judge to write this order in Texas, he has put the FDA's entire image at stake, claiming they are incompetent, claiming they don't really do a good job. And who is to say this? Who has examined the FDA to make sure that they're doing a good job? Well, they've been under scrutiny for as long as they've been in existence. This is not something that comes along once in a while. There are constantly drugs that come on the marketplace and the FDA has to approve them. And they have serious approval methodologies. This is not a fly-by-night organization. The people in this organization are a hell of a lot more competent than the political appointees. And I am pointing my finger at this judge in Texas who is not acting in accordance with the law, but he's acting in accordance with some misguided principles that have been put upon him by 5 anti-abortion organizations, Christian right-wing organizations. Well, that'll tell you something else. So we cannot allow in this country for this type of activity to stand. And this offensive act pointed at the FDA has opened up another can of worms. And that can of worms deals with the mental and physical health of women in this country. There are many, many reasons why women seek abortions. And it's not in the province of anybody to interfere with their thought processes. Because there are many people who are not mentally and physically ready to have children and take good care of them. So these anti-abortionists have a very narrow view of life and a very narrow view of what free choice really means. They are protecting fetuses who in my mind have no real standing in the world right now. But this attack on the FDA goes far beyond that, and far beyond the mental health and physical health of women. It goes to the entire safety of our country in the course of taking care of our people with all kinds of illnesses. When you challenge the competency of an organization like the FDA, you are going beyond the boundaries of just seeking something that's going to be anti-abortion. You are creating an environment that is called, in my mind, anti-health, anti-well-being, anti-humanity. So while many out there are taking a narrow look, a very narrow view of the FDA, but take a look at the scope of what that organization goes through on a day-to-day basis, of all of the possibilities that they encounter in keeping our country healthy. This is not a Mickey Mouse organization. The FDA needs to be defended by everybody. And yes, we are unhappy with many of their decisions in many cases. And one of the things we can argue about is that they ought to have some more say in the costs of the drugs that they approve. But that's not their job. Costs measures are not their job. And maybe it should be their job. But in any event, when you attack the competency of the FDA, you are doing a gigantic disservice to this country. And for what? For something that 70% of the people in this country disagree with. You have a minority group that is challenging the well-being of our women in this country. You have a minority group that cannot see the light of day. They have a narrow view of what really is important in life. Life is beyond defeat. Life is taking the day-to-day living and enjoying it, working hard and getting better. And if people are not equipped to do that, and they see something like a fetus standing in this way, who is your opinion to stop them from continuing to have the best possible life they can? So by attacking the FDA, that's a major, major blight, in my mind, on the anti-abortion groups. I leave you with that this morning. A terrible situation, and not to be ignored in this country, and recognize the fact that this is just another symptom of the bad shape that we are in. Take care. Have a great day.